I cook banga soup that lasted my family of 5 for 4 days with a small budget. This is real village cooking, simple, affordable, and filling. Here are the ingredients I will use. We have banga here. This banga costs 2,000 naira. We have our fish and meat. The meat is 2,000 naira, fish 1,000, and crayfish 300, maggi 200. So I'm starting by washing the banga. We are going to be washing it thoroughly because of dust and sand. So I'm washing it for the second time. Have you ever cooked banga soup before? Palm fruit, palm kernel. Let me hear from the comment section. I usually cook this soup every week, almost every week. I started by preparing the banga. This is the base of the soup. So we are going to be washing the meat, the goat meat. I'm using goat meat, 2,000 naira goat meat. I'm putting salt to wash the meat with. I mostly like to wash my meat with salt. We are going to be washing it thoroughly and seasoning it. So we'll cook it. We'll cook the goat meat with seasoning to bring out the flavor. We are adding our onions, seasoning, some ginger powder, and of course my hot pepper. Hot pepper. It's quite hot, and although it's like black pepper, they have different types of pepper. So we are going to be steaming the meat since our banga is boiled. So we are going to I've rinsed it with water. I've drained it, and I'm going to be rinsing it with another water before pounding it. We need to pound it so we can easily extract the juice. Let me just call it juice. So let's pound it very well. Let's crush it. You can actually use banga paste. I think they have it in the market. It's still in the market if you don't have access to palm fruit. Okay. So I've added my smoked fish and sardine fish as well. Sardine fish is 1,000 naira. The banla fish is 600, so that is 1,600 naira. So I'm done pounding it. I'm turning it into a bowl so we can add water. To juice out banga extract. So I'm going to be using my hands to squeeze it, to stir it and squeeze out the chaff. I'm doing it in a traditional way. This banga soup is not my traditional food. It's a borrowed traditional food. It's my husband's traditional food. Yes, they cook it in their village almost on daily basis. Yes, so it's their food. I only learned how to eat it. Although I already know how to eat banga soup, how to make it even before we got married, even before I met him. Yes, because so now I'm plugging bitter leaf, fresh bitter leaf. Yes, I'm going to be using fresh bitter leaf. So I'm going to be plugging it to remove the stick. Then after removing the stick, we are going to be rinsing it properly to remove the dust. Rain have not started falling very well for this bitter leaf to blossom. So let's rinse it very well before we squeeze it out to reduce some bitterness. I use salt to rinse it, to wash the bitter leaf. So let's add salt to wash the bitter leaf. I'm not going to be washing it very well because I don't want to remove all the nutrients. I still need that bitter taste, and that bitter taste is the nutrients. If you wash a bitter leaf and everything become plain, no bitter taste, or what you are eating is sharp because you have washed off all the nutrients. So I'm not going to be washing it properly. I still need that bitter taste. So I'm just washing it to reduce the bitterness. Bitter leaf is very, very bitter. It can be very, very bitter. Yes. And since I want to use in large quantity, I need to wash it a bit. Otherwise, if I don't want to use this quantity, I can actually use some few bitter leaf, and I'll show you how to add your bitter leaf so that your soup will not be too bitter. Okay, so we are taking it step by step. Okay, let's take it step by step. So I'm done. We are going to be turning it inside our banga extract. We are turning it before putting it on fire. Yes, if you don't want your bitter leaf to be too bitter, you need to turn it before putting it on fire. But when you put it on fire, make sure you put it before it start boiling so it doesn't become too bitter. So I've removed our steamed meat and fish. So I'm placing the banga extract on fire. So these are the chaff, the pancake seed. The pancake seed I'm going to be using to make oil for my baby. These are the one that have my children helped me to break before now. So the shaft, I use it as kerosene to light up charcoal. Yes. So our banga have started boiling. We are going to be adding our steamed meat, steamed goat meat, and smoked fish. Yes, the smoked fish is to give it that deep local taste. You can also add your crayfish, pepper, which is optional since I've already used pepper to steam the meat. Okay, so I'm adding my crayfish, and I also use seasoning cube to season the meat as well. So I'm going to be making gari swallow for my husband because he's trying to avoid eating plain starch. Okay, yeah, because of his age. Yeah, age is not on his side, although age is just a number, but he's just trying to like avoid eating plain starch. So let me make the gari for him. I'm making it white gari. This one, it has they have extracted starch from it, so it's not too starchy. So but for me, it's starch I'm going to eat. I need the starch. I need the starch. Yeah. In fact, starch is my favorite swallow. I prefer to eat starch every day than to eat gari. So I only eat this gari like when I have no choice. Yes, our soup is still on fire and my people, they are very hungry. So I need to just dish it out for them like that. Even though the banga soup still need to boil and thicken up a bit. But they can manage it because they are very hungry. So let me dish it out for him before making starch. So his food is ready. I'm also serving the children. Them too, they are very hungry. Like this is what they are waiting for. Everyone is waiting for. They don't want to eat the remaining rice that is there because they've eaten rice morning and afternoon. So this is the starch that I bought. I'm turning it into a pot. I'm going to be taking some out that will bake. Okay. So I'm going to be pouring in water. Let water cover the starch. I'm going to be changing the water every 5 days or 2 days. Whenever I remember, I change water. Yes, maximum is 5 days because it doesn't spoil. It can stay even up to 3 months, 4 months without spoiling, so long as you are changing water. So I'm going to be mixing the starch into a frying pan. Let's mix it with water. Then use the back of your hand to taste to see if it's too thick so that you can add water. It's too thick, so I'm going to be adding a little more water so it doesn't become too strong. You know. So I'm going to be adding a little drop of oil to give it that fine yellow look and to reduce the starchy, so it doesn't become too starchy. You know. becoming thick, so we need to stir very well on low heat. So I'm using charcoal. You can also use gas if you use gas, but make sure you place it on a low heat. Reduce the gas flame. Yeah, this is the perfect swallow for Banga soup. So this may look simple, but it goes a long way. Enough to feed my family for 4 days. When money is small, you learn how to manage. So this is how we manage to survive every day in the village. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe for more videos.